And in fact, that I think that
What the heck,
the funny part is, in fact, when you come up with a package, you tell the candidate, look, I'll cover you, and I promise I will not mention the other candidate unless he gets assassinated.
Silly, di ba?
See.
Because you go to the other candidates. So, the assumption is, if 24 candidates had the money, they would all buy into it. So, there's no integrity even in the racket.
Let me say, si Mike Enriquez, the newscaster and president of GMA's regional radio network, I'll take pains in saying that, let's be clear, he says they don't do this, okay? But he has gone on to say that these packages are part of free enterprise. Is it really free enterprise?
First, Mike is a dear friend of mine, okay? Can't find a more decent guy than that, no? I don't know if it's a personal thing, it's a corporate thing. It's, and that's how the networks exist.
So are you telling me these corporations have no morals? You're telling me that they do things that are...
I don't think it's upright, to say the least, to say, you pay me and I'll interview you. Just like you're saying, I'll interview you if you pay me. You're not paying me even if it's a holiday today. You see? But really, levity aside, why? Why pay? We look at other countries, like in the States, probably the most advanced.
Sure.
But who knows? There may be lobbying also there. We don't know. To be on JLN, who knows what happens? I don't know.
But if you think about it, if let's say if somebody we find out that the New York Times is paid to feature a candidate, that's a scandal.
It's scandal. Right? But maybe they're good. Maybe they can keep it secret. I don't know. Because remember, there are also political operators there. I don't know how they operate. So I think they're probably less crude. Here, we're probably more crude. I mean,
that's true.
For a network to go and say, pay us and we interview you, that's really crude.
And speaking of which, talking about crude, the print media, by the way, they're not excused. In fact, the tabloids, meron daw, there's a mafia daw that, I'm not making this up, of 8 tabloids that sell banner stories to the highest bidders. That's about 30,000 to 40,000 per headline. And also columnists are paid 100 to 200,000 pesos. Editors being paid 20 to 50,000 a week to secure favorable stories. I mean...
Well, the candidates who pay them deserve to be ripped up. Because nobody reads those things. I just looked at I just did a media update yesterday for some clients, and it will show there that print readership is shrinking.
Yeah. Why is it? Why is that happening?
Because television is there. It's a source of news now. Okay? Why should I pay so much? Even I stopped reading that. Because I can get it in the internet.
It's been all... you mentioned the internet.
Yeah.
Is the internet eating up on the print media as far as political...
What's eating up the share of the print media would be both TV news and the internet. For those who don't want to read, they go to the TV news. For those who want to read, why the heck should I pay? I can get the news on the internet. And there's no in-between. It's either those who don't want to buy and those who want to buy. It's shrinking. It is shrinking. And, when you look at the readership, the share of market, so small. Even tabloid, there's only one that stands out.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the others are scam publications, really. I don't know why some politicians pay, because maybe they love to see it.
Their names on the front page.
Yeah, because somebody says, oh, sir, meron tayong maybe the guy proposing is also getting a cut. Yeah, I mean,
That's true. In fact, to cover that path about corruption, here's a glossary of terms they use. Smiling money is cash that is given to reporters for no particular reason except to create goodwill between a source and a journalist. And there's blood money, a payoff to ensure that a story is killed. And there's also my favorite, ACDC.
Yep.
I want to talk to you about this, which stands for Attack, Collect, Defend, Collect.
Yeah.
Well, how does that work? I mean...
Well, it's simple. There are some columnists, and we cannot mention names. They say, Greg Garcia was caught with a girl. And then they go to... And then so you say, hey, I did not do that. Well, I will then change it if you want.
For a fee.
So I attack you, and then now I'll defend you. And I say, well, it turns out some guys who don't like that guy fed me the wrong information. It turns out this guy is upright, and blah, 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 blah. So there.
How widespread is this corruption of the media? I mean, out of 10, you think? I mean, what is it? How many people are corrupt in that world?
I think really, and I have to use the word allegedly, reportedly. I'd say it's the majority rather than the minority. It's the rule rather than
Really?
the exception.
I see. You know, I was having breakfast one morning, and then I saw this newspaper. The first section I check out is the entertainment section, and then guess what I see?
Yep.
Entertainment section, and you have a political candidate
Yep.
here. In fact, Lolit Solis, the talent manager, offers candidates packages that include her stars' appearances in rallies and motorcades and appearances by the politicians on sitcoms and shows with her talents. Why would politics want to be involved in entertainment?
Okay, because if you look at some of the papers and you review which is the most read section, entertainment is pretty high up there. So, and I probably would tell my clients, you want to be in print, it's okay if you're not on the front page, as long as you're in entertainment, you're okay. Because everybody concentrates on the front page, which is basically politics, and not everybody is interested in politics.
So people get turned off by politics. Let's go to entertainment, but there is a politician.
Yeah, but it's slanted towards a entertainment angle. But I think people are getting wise, you know. Yun namang ano, I don't know how they can promise putting you in a sitcom. Well, that's new. Because then, that means, but there's only one person who usually gives the green light in a network. So is he involved?
So you're saying the network may be involved?
Or overpromise on the part of whoever's, who knows, you know. But it's lousy talaga, the way it's turning out.
Why do you say lousy? In what sense?
Because it is, again, you're paying for it, no? It's become commerce. Well, advertising is commerce. At least I know I'm paying for it. I know what I'm paying. I know the rates, you know, and I have control. But to sa mga sitcom, I have no control. I know what I'm going to do. I may look silly, and I'm paying for it. Why?
I have to ask maybe a dumb question, but why do celebrities end up in politics? What do they find alluring about it?
Well, you know, when you got the money, you want power. It's human nature. They already have the popularity. They, you know, the illusion or the truth, I don't know, whichever, is that when you join government, you become powerful, and by the way, you also make money.
What kind of power do you find in government? Tell me. I mean, you've been around people who are powerful. What is it? What?
Because they, in a sense, they have the power of life and death over you. They can make life difficult for you if they want to.
And that's a turn on.
To some people, yeah. To be able to say, hindi mo ba ako kilala? You know, don't you know I am? So, to some people, you know, tsaka yung, they can go, don't worry, I'll take care of that, you know. So
yan.
Mababa ang kaligayahan ng mga Pilipino. One of the usual things is nahuli ng pulis. Don't worry, I know the mayor, hindi ka na kailangan magbayad. You know.
I see.
That's a big trip to a lot of people, you know. And to some people naman, to be fair, some people do that because they have really been, the policeman did them wrong. So they just want some justice also, you know. Such a pretty rotten cycle, you know.
Yeah, I'm wondering, with the internet fast becoming a powerful force, our bloggers, you know, pseudo-journalists, people like me, are we ever going to be approached and, you know, maybe we'll get something to have politicians
maybe
appear
some
on a
of you are
program?
already being approached, you know.
Would you be aware how powerful is it now? I mean,
because I know that there are already bloggers who are, you know,
already getting paid.
Well, there are at least brokers who say, you know, I can get you these bloggers, you know. I don't know how legitimate that is, but there are already brokers, you know. But I don't believe really in buying up bloggers because, you know, how can you buy everybody, you know? Everybody can be a blogger. It's been democratized, diba? You can put up a blog anytime you want. And what's to stop?
And you don't even know who the blogger is.
That's
you know,
right. That's right. So I wouldn't. But there are brokers.
Now, this whole, you know, thing, I'll call it the perversion of media by money, you know, is it's not just politics, but also, you know, you see corporations, brands, or newspapers, and all of those things.
Environmental journalism.
It's not just about politics.
It's not. But then you see the bright people in this world, you know, companies. One of my clients before was Procter & Gamble. You can't get anybody holier than anybody else. No, they do their things right. But look, where are they putting their advertising money? On television. They're buying spots. You don't see print ads. They know where the effective medium is, And commercials are available. It's legitimate. So they use that. They don't care about
paying off. They don't
people,
do that,
because they also know that nobody reads the papers anyway. Who cares about the opinion? Unless, they're not running the company well and they have something wrong with their products. If the product can really kill, they're dead meat. But companies like the Proctors of the world, the Unilevers, they very consumer oriented yan. They do things correctly. Pag ganon, if you do things correctly, you have nothing to fear. Although even they are probably being blackmailed once in a while, but they're made of sterner stuff.
Now, you are familiar with the advertising world because, in fact, you're a founder, one of the most successful agencies here in the Philippines Hemisphere, Leo Burnett.
Yeah.
But later on, you decided to concentrate on politics. What is it about politics that you see that I don't?
No, by accident. When I sold my share to our partners, the Leo Burnett company, I said, aha, time to just take it easy, But I realized, I discovered, no such thing as retirement, When, as my wife said, when Greg started rearranging the furniture, I knew that there was something wrong,
But why politics?
No. And then I have a friend, who told me and said, hey, we need help. You want to handle Ping? I said, no. Why should I handle Ping? I'm scared of the guy. He said, you see, that's a problem.
There's that image.
It's a huge problem, Just, hey, you want to meet him, and if you don't like him, don't. So I met the guy. One of the most pleasant guys I've ever met. Contrary to, and then, of course, bakasyon lang yun. I met with him again, This guy is the real thing, So I started with Ping, And then, almost at the same time naman, one of my best friends, because we used to live in BF homes, we were neighbors, was Rene Cayetano. So I knew all the children because they grew up, because the wife of the late Rene Cayetano and my wife were partners in the Montessori school. So these kids grew up, and then Pia, was going to run for senator. He was being egged,
That's right.
So I said, Tito Greg, help me. So let's start it. I helped Ping, I helped Pia, and it turns out, you can apply the principles of consumer advertising to politicians up to a certain extent,
Now, speaking of which, share with us, please, what the report says about Filipino voters. I mean, what is it really? What do advertisers think of Filipino voters?
In what sense?
If there's a report that says, Filipino voters are this, they believe in this, and all of those things. What?
No, I think they respond already to messages. If they think you are authentic and your advertising is interesting, it's relevant to them,
And if you
they will nod. They will nod in agreement.
But does dancing and singing have to be involved?
That isn't authentic. That isn't relevant. No. Like, Ping Lacson never danced. Binay never danced. Pia certainly never danced. Because I say, please, don't dance.
But the conversation happens, right? I mean, there's a...
No, it's not them. It's everybody. It's the mayor saying, you should dance in the, But I always tell them, rallies are useless because the people who go to rallies are hakots anyway. You're preaching to the choir. What the heck for, Unlike before. Before, people look forward to meeting the Abansi because there was no TV. It was the entertainment. But now, who cares? Who goes to meeting the Abansis? And that's where they dance.